Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to yet another PC Replay Baseball video of the 64 team event. We're doing section 2 of this thing, meaning that we will have a couple of games going on right now. So after 2 games of this sec group, the top 6, you win your group, you win your matchup, you're practically in the round of 32, unless there's a team that loses in 7, then you could run the risk of faltering if you do terribly. Nevertheless, we have 7 of the 16 series could end in 4 straight. They are the 55 Yankees against the 2005 Rangers, the 77 Yankees against the 69 Cubs, which you will see later on today, the 1980 Phillies against the 1960 Braves, the 1908 Cubs against the 1969 Astros, the 1993 White Sox against the 1941 Red Sox, the 1977 Reds against the 77 Royals, and the 1961 Giants against the 1985 Dodgers. And we have 1-1 ties between the 1920 Tribe and the 1953 Yankees, the 1941 Dodgers against the 2005 Cardinals, the 1930 Cubs against the 1911 Philly A's, the 2005 Cleveland Indians against the 1985 Blue Jays, the 1947 Tribe versus the 30 Washington Senators, the 1912 Red Sox against the 1908 Indians, the 1979 Orioles against the 2016 Cubs, the 1990 A's against the 1960 Pirates, and the 1961 Yankees against the 1947 Yankees. Those are 1-1 and will guarantee to go into Friday's action. So we are going to be watching a couple games. I was thinking of doing a couple, both 2-0 games, 2-0 series, but the fact of the matter is that there's one team that's really got in my heart, and it is a 1-1 series. I would probably have done a pair of 2-0s. In all seriousness, I probably would have done the Yankees Texas Rangers today too, because I wanted to see if Texas could win at home. But because there's a certain team that will play in my heart, it's at 1-1. I've got to do it. And I wanted to do it today instead of tomorrow. So here's what we do. So leading off, of course, it is a little bit biased, but screw you, is the 2005 Indians against the 1985 Toronto Blue Jays. Cleveland, this is their starting lineup. I have no problems with that. Aaron Boone. 85 Blue Jays. I don't have a problem with that. Al Oliver should be DHing. But Cliff Johnson also does well DHing. So here we go.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we invite you to rise and please sing.
Replay Radio is live from Toronto.
I'm in Toronto from Exhibition Stadium, where it was cavernous because of how big the stadium was because of the CFL in their field, the Canadian Football League. So, of course, the Blue Jays played here from 1977 to 1999. You will probably hear me be very much pro-Toronto and talk a lot about Blue Jay stuff because, after all, I am from Ontario, so I should know. Cleveland also has their share of fans in Ontario, too, and Blue Jay fans that go down to Cleveland. Anyway, Jimmy Key, the 24-year-old, 14 wins. He was the first first left-handed starter in 5 years to win a game. Not left-handed pitcher, but left-handed starter. He'll face Cocoa Crisp. Oh, those Cocoa Crisps. Greatest cereal, crunchy breakfast treat. So anyway, the 2005. So he's 3 for 9 to start. The 25-year-old. Ball to Damaso. Gotcha. 1 down.
1 out. Bases empty.
Here comes Grady Sizemore, who's hit a home run in this series. 2 for 7. 22 home runs as a 22-year-old. Very interesting, getting as many home runs as how old you are. That's rare. Anyway, Grady Sizemore once hit 3 home runs during an episode of Hot in Cleveland. But that was only because Elka, a.k.a. Betty White, gave him some spanks to wear. And the announcer says, how fitting this Grady Sizemore's outfit. That's right, I spanked him. Pitch to Damaso, and second time around, he does it. Same as the first. Same as the first.
2 outs, bases empty.
And here goes Victor Martinez, catcher, 3 for 8, 2 RBIs, 26 years old. But he doesn't hit it to Damaso, he hits it to Bell. 3 out.
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the first.
Scott Earlton, the former Astro, 29 years old, 11-9. Not a bad Damaso, the second baseman, the malcontent second baseman, because he had a fiery temper. 2 for 10 with an RBI at 30 years old. Earlton flips it to Broussard, 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Here comes Lloyd Mosby, shaker as they call him, part of the great outfield of the 1985 season, one of the best in the 80s, they said. Outfielders 3 for 9. He's gone deep with 2 RBIs. He's 25 years old.
One out, man on first.
Here comes Cliff Johnston. Released by the Blue Jays after the 84 season, he ended up coming to the Blue Jays in a trade in late 1985. 2 for 5 of Tater Tot at 37 years old, a veteran who had for a record for a few years the most home runs by a pinch hitter. And Mosby will steal second.
1 out, man on second.
Let's see what Cliff can do. Fly ball to right. Mosby will hang on. I'm surprised.
2 outs, man on second.
Yeah, the speed. George Bell, Bell, left field, 25 years old, 28 home runs, part of the greatest outfield of the 80s. That's it.
2 outs, man on second.
Now Jesse Barfield. He's got 2 RBIs in the series, 25 years old, the third part of the great outfield. Now we score. It's 2.
2 outs, man on second.
And here comes Willie Upshaw, 4 RBIs. He leads the team in RBIs at 28 years old. Dependable first baseman until 1988. Hit to Broussard, who stomps on first base himself, but the Jays put not 1,
2
but 2
runs,
on the board.
2 hits, and 1 left on. Top of the second.
Top of the second, 4-5-6, Kronk, a.k.a. Travis Hafner, who's got 4 RBIs leading the team at 27 years old. Takes a walk.
No outs, man on first.
Casey Blake, 0 for 8 at 31 years old. Fly ball, Murphy makes the catch, 1 down.
1 out, man on first.
Here comes Broussard, 3 for 8, 28 years old.
It's a hit and run.
And run. Strikes out. Nice iron. I thought it was a strike him out, throw him out to end the inning. No.
2 outs, man on second.
Well, that's out number 2. And now Aaron Boone, 1 for 8 with an RBI, 32 years old. A couple years after his home run for the Yankees doing the pennant. Deep fly ball, Barfield makes the catch.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. Bottom of the second.
Bottom of the second, bottom of the order for the Jays. Dark Orange, 3 RBIs, 2 for 4 at 30 years old.
No outs, man on first.
And he went 2 for 8. That's 32.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
Punk. Martinez will see it and throw out the guy first. Orange at second. Is that the Orioles?
1 out, man on second.
Is that the Orioles with that? Yeah, I think the Tigers. But anyway, here's Tony Fernandez, the number 9 hitter, 0 for 8, but he does have an RBI, 22 years old. The guy who the Blue Jays mortgaged their future on and traded away Alfredo Griffin to the A's. That is a single. He scored. It's 3-0.
1 out, man on first.
Here comes Damaso.
It's a hit and run.
Hit and run. Ground ball to third. They can't get Fernandez, so he decides to flip it to first.
2 outs, man on second.
Here's Mosby. And he flies to right.
1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left on. Top of the third.
So 3-0 Blue Jays. And now here's Ronnie Balliard. 1 for 7, 30 years old. And he hits it to Tourney.
1 out, base is empty.
Johnny Peralta, the shortstop, 23 years old, 24 home runs. Hit to Tourney and Oot.
2 outs, base is empty.
1 more out for Coco. And he hits it to first. Upshot gets him. 3 up, 3 down.
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the third.
On the third, Johnson up. That was into the corner, so good job by him.
No outs, men on second.
Here's Bell. Hit to Peralta. Out at first. Will he? Oh, nice job. Cliff actually moved the third. I wasn't sure. I was like,
1 out,
there's
man
no
on
way.
third.
Here's Garfield. Lines out to right. Cliff is gonna. Is he gonna attempt? Nope. No chance. He's a
2 outs, men on third.
For running. Here's Upshot. We need a hit now. And there's the hit. Here's Johnson.
2 outs, men on first.
Da 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 da. Na 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 na. Hey, goodbye. Jerry Guthrie's now having to come into the game. And it's a double by Orange. Upshot will maybe go. He will. So it's an RBI double by Orange. It's now 5 Blue Jays.
2 outs, man on second.
And here comes Whit. Head to Broussard. Stomps on first base. But the Jays put 2 more on the board. It's 5-0.
2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 left on. Top of the fourth.
Top of the fourth. And now a pitcher from a faraway distance at Exhibition Stadium. Showing you how grand the stadium is and all of that. Here's Sizemore. Out to Orange.
1 out, base is empty.
Here's Martinez.
2 outs, base is empty.
All 4. That's a walk to Kronk.
2 outs, men on first.
Here's Blake. Square play. It's a 5, so this might be a hit. 3-2. Full count. Breaks per second. Now she
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
But then he said,
Bottom of the fourth.
just play it cool. Here's Fernandez. Flies to center. Blake is still.
1 out, base is empty.
Just sit down. Tommaso hits the Boone and possible error. Tis not.
2 outs, base is empty.
Here's Mosby. Line out. Finally, a 1-2-3 inning for Cleveland.
They go down quietly, nothing doing this half inning.
Under
Top
the
of the fifth.
Here's Broussard. Popped up. Orange says, thank you very much.
1 out, base is empty.
1 down. Ooh, drive to center field. Mosby will.
2 outs, base is empty.
If we drive to center, Mosby will make the play.
They go down quietly, nothing doing this half inning. Bottom of the fifth.
On the fifth. Here's Cliff. Popped up. Boone says, mine.
1 out, base is empty.
Here's Bell. Sashi.
2 outs, base is empty.
Hit the Belliard. Possible error. That should be a good chance at non-error, and it is.
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3. Top of the sixth.
Top of the sixth. Here's Peralta. Takes a walk.
No outs, men on first.
Possible wild pitch. This could be bad. He's a 2, so it looks like Wow.
No outs, men
I
on
thought for
first.
sure it was like, oh, it's guaranteed. No, it's not. There's the crisp.
One out, men on first.
Nice work. That's a base hit, and that will break up the no-no. First and second.
One out, men on first and second.
See if Keith can get out of this mess. Martinez. Not so fast. Martinez doubles, and it's now 5-1. Nice for Robinson. Both cut off. Stop. Victor got a little greedy. So the ball went to Mosby, who then threw it to Orge, who cleared the Fernandez, and
Two outs,
Martinez
bases
slider could
empty.
sneak in. It's 5-2. Here's Hafner. Say, get that one. Bronk. And 5-3.
Two outs, bases empty.
Yeah, well, they told Keith, come on, I can get plates. Hit to Tourney, and it's a two-base error. Oh no. The Blue Jays are faltering.
2 outs, man on second.
Get him out. No. Get the freaking out. So it's going to be Ron Musselman coming in the sixth. You've already given up 3 runs. But Musselman gets that out.
3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. Bottom of the 6th.
He looked good for 5 in the third. Well, it's time for Cutters Baseball Stories. 2005 Cleveland, I don't really have anything to say about them. I really don't. Sorry, Data won before. I'm hoping you're watching my videos because, like, dude, you've been commenting on them. Why have you stopped? Well, regardless of that, the Blue Jays are up 5-3. The 85 Blue Jays. How am I going to do this in such a short time? I'll try to be as in little as 3 minutes, or your pizza's free. Okay, so here's what will happen. 85 Blue Jays, they started their season April 8th, 85 in Kansas City. Steve lost to, I think it was Saberhagen. Or no, Buddy Black. And then for some dumb reason, they decided to skip the next day, April 9th, and then resume their series April 10th. And you know what happened April 9th, 1985? That's right. A bouncing 8-pound, 6-ounce baby boy was born at 12:50 p.m. at St. Mary's Hospital in Kitchener, Ontario, to loving parents Ron and Diana Diamond and their 2 kids, Edward and Christine. And that little boy was named Jeffrey William Henry Diamond. So anyway, yeah, that was my birthday. And then the Blue Jays in May 85, early on, they got first place in the AL East, didn't relinquish it. They went through some highs and lows, the June swoon. Well, that was always big in Blue Jays history. But basically put, they were huge. They got some major acquisitions to do with DH and third base and their bullpen. They picked up Caldwell and LaFell for the bullpen, but they weren't the best bullpen guys. It went to Tom freaking Hankey, who was picked up by Texas as a free agent because of the compensation for signing for Texas to sign Cliff Johnson, who the Jays got back. So anyhow, the 85 Blue Jays were fantastic. Hankey was becoming a certified closer. They had that 4-game series at Yankee Stadium September 12th to 15th, which saw the Yankees win the first game, but the Blue Jays win the next 3. And of course, that was in the background of fans booing the Canadian national anthem and Bob Shepard, the legendary PA voice of the Yankees, having to tell them and shame a lot of the people that Canada was gutsy. And because of the Iran hostage situation, Canada risked everything for those hostages and then basically shut them up. But unfortunately, the Saturday, Mary O'Dowd sang because it was Irish American night. And she mangled "Oh Canada." She didn't even come close to that national anthem, but then she needed the words and the tune. Stupid. But yeah, the Blue Jays then on the final weekend had to face the Yankees again. They had a chance to beat the Yankees. All they needed was 1 win on the final weekend. And on the Friday, they were looking good. But Butch freaking Weingart hits a home run and then the Yankees win in extra innings. However, on the Saturday, in front of a Canadian audience on CTV, which is one of Canada's big channels, TSN came in prominence the year before and broadcast the Blue Jays. But TSN decided to give up their rights to the coverage to CTV so that all of Canada can see it. And Fergie Oliver, I can't remember who the second guy was. It wasn't Tony Kubek because he and Chevrier were doing stuff in America. So yeah, the Blue Jays beat the Yankees 5-1, finally clinching a playoff berth. They go to the ALCS. They're up 3 games to 1. In any other year before 1985, they would have been in the World Series. But no, they changed it to best of 7 LCS. Maybe because of the Cubs, maybe not. But regardless of that, the Blue Jays couldn't win for shit, and they sucked. And George Brett, well, a lot of people actually said that the Blue Jays were too polite to George Brett. They should have been intentionally walking him because of how much of a threat he was. And it didn't have that Tony Kubek, who was doing Blue Jay broadcast as color commentator, also said, well, he was the color commentator on NBC stuff with Bob Costas. But the fact of the matter was that, Kubek said Kansas City had a chance because of their left-handed starters. So in any other year, the Blue Jays would have won the World Series against the Cardinals. Probably would have done okay, but I don't think the Cardinals would have lost the World Series. So that's their story of the 1985 Blue Jays. Here we go. On to the bottom of the 6th, and Willie will start. He strikes out. Yeah, they were supposed to take Guthrie out.
1 out, base is empty.
Yeah, they were supposed to take Guthrie out. And it will be Betancourt who will come in. Rafael Betancourt. That's a smart move to take the 30-year-old. He was 30? Ground ball. Victor to Broussard. That's not Buck
2
Martinez.
outs, base is empty.
Victor Martinez. And here comes Witt. Fair play. Is it an odd number? It is. A foul out. Oops. There's no way. It's a 4. So he fouled out to Peralta. So nice job by the bullpen.
It's 1, 2, 3 inning.
Bullpen
Top of the 7th.
Tribe looking good. On to the 7th and back to the pitcher at hand. Here's Boone.
1 out, base is empty.
Here's Belliard. Fly ball, Mosby makes the catch 2 now.
2 outs, base is empty.
Peralta will single. Because he wants to mingle.
2 outs, men on first.
Here's Coco. Nice catch.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. Bottom of the 7th.
Strike 3, you're out.
1 out, base is empty.
Damaso hit the second. Ooh, did he sneak in? No.
2 outs, base is empty.
Mosby.
2 outs, men on first.
Mosby might steal. No.
2 outs, men on first.
Cliff will hit it to first.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. Top of the 8th.
Top of the 8th. Musselman to Sizemore. Takes a walk, and I think that's going to be the end of Musselman. Yes.
No outs, men on first.
Yeah, they are going to do this one. 3-5, possible wild pitch. Well, it's a 0, so that means Sizemore is second. Oh boy.
No outs, men on second.
5-3. Gary LaFalle is going to come in. 69 games, that's 36-year-old. The Giants.
1 out, men on second.
He's out. Victor. Hafner. Say goodbye. That one. He prompted it again. We are tied at 5. Unreal.
That's his second homer today. He now has 3 RBIs today.
Man.
1 out, bases empty.
Dennis Lamp is now coming into pitch. And a fly ball to Burfield. Toronto was
2
up
outs,
5-0
bases
through
empty.
3 innings. It looked like a blowout. Broussard hits it to Tourney, and he's out. But Pronk does it again.
2 runs,
His
1
second
hit,
home run of the
and
day.
none
We're
left
tied
on.
at 5.
Bottom of the 8th.
Rafi Badencourt to Bell. Strike 3. Big strikeout by him.
1 out, bases empty.
There's Barfield. Hit the boom. He's out. 2 down. Yeah, Badencourt's coming in to try
2 outs, bases empty.
I know, but he says I'll be okay. Bouncing the ball up short. Breaks the Upshot's got a double. Big double. And Badencourt is
2 outs, man on second.
Gorge. And it will be Davis. No. It will be Jason Davis who will come in, the 25-year-old. He pitched 2 3/4 innings. He says he could beat Orge. It's to second base. Possible to fill single. This could be big. It is. Orge needs the first and 40.
2 outs, men on first and third.
They are going to take out Witt, and it's going to be Willie Aikens who's going to come in to pinch hit. And he only played 12 games for them, but Willie Aikens. Yeah, you're not going to walk him because you got Tony Fernandez next. Aikens. Doubles to left! The Jays have the lead! Is Orange going to come home? Maybe. Yes, sir. It's Aikens off the bench with a 2-run double. Willie Mays Aikens.
2 outs, man on second.
And Cleveland fans are like, no! Tony Fernandez is going to stay in the game. Should have walked him to get to ground ball out. But the Jays scored 2 in the 8th.
2 runs, 3
so
hits,
everyone
and
thought
1
the Blue
left
Jays
on.
had just choked it. Probably not.
Top of the 9th.
7-5. We need a new catcher. And it will be Buck Martinez. I thought Heron or Nikosha. But no. It's Buck Martinez because guess who's coming up? It's the Terminator! Tom Hankey. You got Boone, Belliard, and Peralta. Boone is not sticking around. It is going to be Ryan Ludwig who's going to come in to pinch hit, the 26-year-old. Hit to DeBasso. Out. Yeah.
1 out, bases empty.
Belliard has been battling. And it will be Jose Hernandez is going to come in to pinch hit. 35-year-old veteran. And a base hit by Hernandez. Peralta is going to stay on. Might as well.
1 out, man on first.
Yeah, everyone else except for Blake, I think will be okay. Peralta. Come back to Hankey. He's going to throw the second for the lead run. That's actually working. Is it a double play to win the game? Yes, sir! Blue Jays victory time!
Until next time, this is Replay Radio signing
Well,
off.
Blue Jay fans, breathe a sigh of relief. The Jays win 7-5. Dennis Lamp does his job just like he did. Betancourt the loss. Hankey picks up the save. Pronk the MVP. But he may have had it tied, but the Jays didn't give up in the bottom of the 8th. They win 7-5. And the Blue Jays, at least, would take it to a game 6 if Cleveland wins. But yeah, come on, Toronto. Finish them off on Friday or Thursday or whatever. All right, so one game done. Now we head to the Bronx, the 77 Bronx, that is. 69 Cubs, 77 Yankees. 69 Cubs through this lineup. Paul Popovich. I don't know. See. Now, they're going to go with Oscar Gamble. Oh, wait. Don't the Yankees have Oscar Gamble? Oh, they don't have him. Okay. I thought Oscar Gamble was playing. Lou Piniella. Dave Kingman. Well, he played for 4 teams. You might as well. He ended with the Yankees.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we invite you to rise and please sing as John Kyle.
Replay Radio is live from New York.
Yankee
Top of the
Stadium,
first.
70s Yankee Stadium. A stadium and all that. That's things are from the 60s. Is that Canada? No. Well, anyway. Regardless of that. Yeah, I think that right field thing, that is the Yankee Stadium. That can't be the 77 Yankee Stadium because they always had that black scoreboard and all that in 77 when you've seen the replay. Regardless of that, Ron Guitry, 26 years old, 16-7, comes to pitch, and he faces Don Kessinger. Not Kissinger, Kessinger. 26 years old, 3 for 7 in the first 2 games. And ground ball to Bucky. Eok. 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Glenn Beckert, second base. 20 years old. I don't know if he died young or not. I don't think so.
2 outs, bases empty.
Baseman for the Cubs in 62 passed away in an air crash. But Glenn Beckert died? I don't know. Well, anyway, Billy Williams, the 30-year-old icon of the Cubs before he got traded to the A's. 0 for 8 in this series. Hit the Chambliss, he out. So Guitry does his job.
It's a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the first.
And that's an NyQuil sponsoring this. Ken Holtzman, one of the best fine pitchers, 23 years old, 17-13, part of the Jewish American Hall of Fame. Jewish pitcher was great. So Colfax. Holtzman pitched a couple of no-hitters. Did he do one in 69? I can't remember. I think he did. But anyway, Mickey Rivers, the center fielder, 4 RBIs. Pretty good for a leadoff guy. 28 years old. Popped up. Beckert gets to catch 1 out.
1 out, bases empty.
1 out for Roy White, 33 years old. And Santo makes the catch, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
Ruben Munson, the captain, 5 RBIs. He has the most RBIs in the series. 29 years old. A couple years later, perished. Hit to Kessinger, alto. So 3 up, 3 down for the Yankees.
And just like that, the inning's over. Top of the second.
Anyway, the second inning, Ron Santel, third base, the guy who liked to click his heels at age 29. But unfortunately, I think there was some backlash and he stopped clicking his heels. And people say that was kind of...
1 out, bases empty.
Ernie Banks at first base, great shortstop, legendary shortstop, but he couldn't do it with his physical limitations at age 38. But he still hit 23 home runs as a 38-year-old. And then the next year, at 39, he hit his 500 home run. Fly ball to center, Rivers makes the catch.
2 outs, bases empty.
Let's play 2. I'm thinking Oscar Gamble, 19 years old. They figured he's a good hitter. Hit the Nettles, and he's out. So they made him DH today.
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the second.
On the second, Chambliss, first base, 28 years old, the year after his famous penny-winning home run against the Royals. And he strikes out.
1 out, bases empty.
Here's Reggie. 31 years old, 32 home runs in his first full season as a Yankee. First season as a Yankee. He was a legend for Oakland, but then people forget he went to spend 1 year in Baltimore. And then the Yankees made a big move getting him in free agency. Second base, Beckert will get him, that's 2.
2 outs, bases empty.
Here's Greg Nettles, or Needles, third base, 32 years old. Pretty good third baseman, especially in 78. At the first, out.
It's a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the third.
That's bottom of their order. Jim Hickman, 32 years old. Can't believe he was that old.
1 out, bases empty.
Don Young, center field, 23 years old. Hit the Nettles, and he's out. That's 2.
2 outs, bases empty.
And then Randy Hundley, the father of Todd Hundley, 26 years old. And he lines out, so Guitry looking pretty good.
And just like that, the inning's over. Bottom of the third.
Yankees, their bottom third of their order. Willie Randolph, second baseman, 22 years old. If you look at the annals of Yankees history with their all-time greats at each position. Second base is a little weak. I know Billy Martin and Alfonso Soriano will be there, but yeah, and Robert Cano, but Randolph deserved it. And if they take the
No outs, men on first. The
Bucky
defense is playing
Dent,
in at the corners.
25 years old. This was the year before he was known as Bucky Bleepin' Dent.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
He goes punk with the bunt. Holtzman sees it, and he'll only get the guy at first. So Randolph jumps to second.
One out, men on second.
King Kong Kingman, 28 years old, 26 home runs. It was weird. Kingman played for 4 teams in 1977, ended with the Yankees. But here's the thing. He actually played 4 teams in 4 divisions. If I can remember correctly, was it the Mets, the Rangers, the Yankees, and the Padres? I think it is. In 1977. Yeah, because Dave Kingman was let go by the Mets the same day as Seaver got traded to the Reds because Dick Young of the New York Daily News was a piece of shit. Anyway, Kingman. He's in the lineup today.
One out, men on first and second.
Here's Rivers. Kessinger. Did he make a mistake? Nope. Now the bases are full of Yankees.
One out, bases loaded.
For Mickey River. For Roy White. What can he do? Santo makes the catch at third base. 2 down. Oh,
2
good.
outs, bases loaded.
Gotta do something now. And they can't. Holtzman gets out of it.
No runs.
Wow.
2 hits, and 3
This
left
is
on.
the TSN turning point.
Top of the fourth.
Onto the 4th. And here comes Kessinger. Hit the Nettles. Oh, it's a bunt down the line. But Nettles is like, that.
One out, bases empty.
Guitry glares into the Cubs lineup. Don't you fucking dare. Again. Here's Becker. He takes a walk.
One out, men on first.
Here's Williams. Base hit. Well, I guess they were trying to get off of Guitry
One
off
out,
this game.
men on first and second.
Here's Santo. All 4. Is Guitry lost it? Oh boy. Bases loaded.
One out, bases loaded.
Well, the Yankees did that and they botched it. Now will the Cubs botch it? Hit to Bucky and yes, sir. 6-4-3. Pitching.
No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on. Bottom of the fourth.
Guitry gets out of the mess. It's good for the Goose. It's good for the Gander. Chambliss will take a seat.
One out, bases empty.
There's Reggie. That's it.
One out, men on first.
Here's Nettles. Hit to Banks, and he's out. Reggie will move to first.
2 outs, men on second.
Here's Randolph. Will be drive to center, but Young flunks it out of the sky. Randolph thought he could get an RBI, but no sir.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. Top of the 5th.
Onto the 5th, and here comes Gamble. Fly ball to the left, Roy White makes the catch.
1 out, bases empty.
Hickman.
2 outs, bases empty.
There's Don Young. And Guitry flips at the Chambliss. 5 good innings from
And just like
Guitry.
that, the inning's over. Bottom of the 5th.
Here's Bent. Fly ball down. No.
1 out, bases empty.
Here's Kingman. Fly ball, but Hickman makes the catch. Trying to go for that right field approach.
2 outs, bases empty.
Mickey Rivers.
2 outs, men on first.
Roy White. Rivers thinks he's going to steal. Indeed he does. Indeed he do. Boo-boo.
2 outs, man on second.
Here's White. Ground ball to Kessinger. He's gone.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. Top of the 6th.
On to the 6th. Guess what? Time for Cutter's Baseball Stories. So both teams with their own storytelling about things. Let's go with the 69 Cubs. Very good team. The Cubs were lovable losers and all that. 24 years after their last World Series appearance, they thought they could win in the newly formed NL East. And they did for a while. Till like August. They were supreme in all that. The Cubs looked good. Ron Santo clicking his heels until he was told not to, and then basically that may have ruined the mojo. And we all know about that black cat streaking around the Cubs dugout when the Cubs were at Shea Stadium against the Mets, who caught fire and all that. The Cubs were what? 4 games above 500 in September. They were decent, but the Mets were just on fire that month. And the Mets out of freaking nowhere won the title. Not only the NL East, but they won the NLCS and the World Series. Nobody expected that to happen. Like they were well out there. A lot of people point out that the Cubs, their problem was they played too many afternoon games, and that kind of sapped their energy when they had to play night games, which is true because Wrigley Field, from what was it? 1948 was that the time that was the last year that there were multiple stadiums that didn't have lights, and Wrigley Field didn't have lights. Well, Wrigley Field kind of almost had lights. In 1941, there were plans to use lights for the 1942 season. However, because Pearl Harbor happened, they needed the lighting equipment, the U.S. Army, so the Cubs gave their stuff. And strange but true, they kept every baseball game in the sunshine in the afternoon until 1988, of all things. It took a while. Like the neighbors were basically stubborn in their own ways. And also the fact that Major League Baseball kind of got antsy with the World Series being played practically in prime time every game. 1987 was the last time that there was a daytime World Series game ever. Well, daytime Eastern Standard Time. Like I know that there were games starting at 5 p.m. like on the Pacific West Coast. But the fact of the matter is that basically because of that, and Major League Baseball threatened that the Cubs would have to play their postseason night games either at Comiskey with the White Sox or even in St. Louis. Wrigley balked and got late. That was probably why the Cubs sucked. But anyway, the 1977 Yankees, fantastic. Reggie Jackson was great, but he had troubles with Billy Martin. He called Billy Martin once a liar and once convicted. Or no, sorry, Billy Martin called Reggie Jackson a liar and George Steinbrenner convicted because, Steinbrenner got in trouble for some political crimes. Nevertheless, the 77 Yankees were pretty good. Reggie was good in his first year, and we all know about his 3 home run performance in Game 6 of the World Series against the Dodgers. And Howard Cosell and ABC crowing over it. But, of course, Ron Guitry is our starter and all that. Ron Guitry doing quite well. But did you know Ron Guitry could have not been a Yankee in 1977? There were rumors that he was going to be traded to Baltimore in that big deal that sent Rick Dempsey, the prospect, to the Yankees. To the Orioles. But the fact of the matter of the 77 Yankees was that Ron Guitry, there was a trade involved that would have sent Ron Guitry to an AL East team for the want of a great pitcher by the name of Bill Singer. However, one guy by the name of Peter Bavazzi said, no, Bill Singer is our signature pitcher. You can't have him. And so they were, quote unquote, stuck with Guitry, and he stuck with it. And in 1978 won the All-Star, won the Cy Young. Could have won MVP, but Jim Rice was having a fantastic year. And the team that could have got Ron Guitry, and this is true, look it up on Wiki. That's right. The Toronto Blue Jays could have had Ron Guitry. It would have been, what if his career was in Toronto? Would the Yankees have done well? Probably, but still. Anyway, let's go back to the game. Here's Hundley. Ground ball to Nettles. He got a 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Yeah, it boggles the mind that the Blue Jays almost had on Petrie. Kessinger. Petrie flips the ball to Chambliss. 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
Here's Becker. And he ground ball to Nettles. Gotcha. So Petrie's having a great game.
And just like that, the inning's over. Bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th. Here comes Munson to the plate. And
no outs, man on first.
Is he the best Cubs pitcher of all time? No. I think him and Fergie Jenkins were the class of the 60s, but yeah.
It's a hit and run.
Could he make the all-time team? Maybe. Hit and run? But it doesn't work. It's a double play. Kessinger jumps on second base, throws the first.
2 outs, bases empty.
6-3. Money in the bank, catching, double play. Here's strategy. And he lines out. So the Yankees can't take advantage of it.
No runs, no hits, and none left on.
On to the 7th.
Top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th. There's the Yankee Stadium in the 6th. It has to be the 60s because they did not have the blue things. Tough acting and and Coca-Cola sponsoring this thing. Big Yank, those left field scoreboards and all that. Well, new Yankee Stadium has them, but yeah, 457. Yeah, they definitely changed everything when they did the 2-year renovation of Yankee Stadium. After 1973 and then 74 and 75, the Yankees had to play at Shea Stadium with the Mets. Well, here come the Cubs in the 7th, and here comes Billy Williams. Dribbler to Mr. Munson. You think Munson's going to fuck this up? No,
1 out, bases empty.
1 down for Santo. Ground ball to Nettles. He out.
2 outs, bases empty.
Kind of like the scoreboard and all that with all the numbers and the lineup shit. Banks takes a whoop.
2 outs, man on first.
Here comes Gamble. To Randolph. Gotcha. So the Cubs can't do anything about it.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. Bottom of the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th, and here comes Nettles. He will. Oh, thank God Holtzman was a lefty. That would have been a hit. Becker
1 out,
says,
bases empty.
Yoink. Here's Randolph. And a catch by Young, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
Here's Bucky. That's it.
2 outs, man on first.
Here's Kingman. He takes
2 outs, men on first and second.
Rivers will pop up. So Holtzman gets out of it again. Boost check. Well, he's got a good boost.
No runs,
He's going to get
1
that
hit,
Kibo
and
boost.
2 left on. Top of the 8th.
On to the 8th. And here comes Hickman. Who hits at the dead? Who will get him out? 6-3 on that one.
1 out, bases empty.
Here's Don Young. And a ground ball to third. And Nettles will get him. That's 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
There's Henley. Hit to short. And he's gone. So, what a job by Petrie for 8.
It's a 1-2-3 inning.
We're going to make you mine.
Bottom of the 8th.
Here's Roy White. And he fouls out to Santo after 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Here's Munson. Popped out to third.
2 outs, bases empty.
Here's Chambliss. And he pops out. So nothing doing for the
An
Yankees.
easy inning to score. 1-2-3. Top of the 9th.
Top of the 9th. Petrie to Kessinger. He gets a base hit. Beckert.
No outs, man on
Billy Williams
first.
got in and
The
Beckert.
third baseman is playing in.
And they're going to yank Beckert. It will be Jim Claus. Claus? I think he was the guy who broke up. Yeah, I think Tom Seaver had a no-hitter going and Claus broke it up in Shea Stadium. But anyway, they're going to go with Claus for the pinch hit.
1 out, man on first.
That's why they put Kessinger and said he should hit. Here's Billy Williams. Oh, it is Billy Williams. Looping drive to center. And bounces. It's a single by Billy. Kessinger to third. Now you got Ron Santo. Done 1 out.
1 out, men on
To
first and
sacrifice
third.
Guthrie.
They brought the infield in.
The trouble is you can't walk Santo because Banks is due up. You gotta go for him. You gotta go with him. Guthrie. Big strike out. Big strike. And it's fine. They got Banks. Could walk Banks and then force gamble.
2 outs, men on first and third.
That's what they're gonna do. Yep, they will intentionally walk Banks to get the gamble. And I think they are definitely going to yank Gamble. Yeah, you yank Gamble.
2 outs, bases loaded.
Because Gamble has improvement in. And it will be Jimmy Hall who will come in to pinch hit. And he's got gone.
No runs, 2 hits, and 3 left on.
No score.
Bottom of the ninth.
8.5. Second base must be replaced. Walls will come in. The second. And you got Reggie, Nettles, and Randolph. Are they going to pinch it? Who's Reggie? It's an out. You're not going to intentionally walk
No outs,
Nettles
men
to
on
get
first.
Randolph.
The third baseman is playing in.
And they're going to get Paul Blair, the former Oriole icon, who they picked up in that.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
Blair will bunt. Holtzman sees it and will catch it on the fly, meaning that Jackson
1 out,
stayed.
men on first.
Randolph, lucky Den. I don't know if you keep him
It's
in.
a hit and run.
Hit and run. Desperation time. Ground ball to third. They'll only get the 1 out. They need that second
2
out.
outs, men on second.
You walk then to get the 2. No. They're going to take a chance to get Bucky Dent. It works. So no score through
No
9.
runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
Yeah, if this was a dead ball game like the 1900s teams, yeah, it's 0-0. It's a given. But these are teams from 69 and 77.
Top of the 10th.
Top of the 10th. Runner on third will go to Fred Stanley. Will go to third base. And Guthrie will face Hickman. Hickman, Young, and Hundley. I think they're going to keep Hickman. Well, they have to intentionally walk the first guy. That's the rule in the 10th. You walk the first guy. Both teams have to do that. So the Yankees
No
will
outs,
get their
men on first.
Don
The
Young
third
has
baseman is
done
playing
nothing.
in.
He's 0 for 9. They are yanking him. It will be Ken Rudolph, who's got a couple of bats. They're going to let him hit. And takes a walk. First and second. And I think that's going to be the end of Guthrie's day.
No outs, men on first and second. The first baseman is playing in.
Guthrie's telling him, I can... Come on, please. Fine. So Manny Jimenez is going to come in to pinch hit. And he strikes out.
1 out, men on first and second.
Kessinger. So Kessinger is out. It will be Nate Oliver who will come in. 1 out, first and second. And he strikes out.
2 outs, men on first and second.
Jimmy Qualls comes in. Intentional walk him? No. We're not going to intentional walk Qualls. If they'll say go, bases are loaded. Now it's up to Billy Williams. And I think they're going to yank him now.
2 outs, bases loaded.
Yep. Guthrie's told. Oh, base action. 1-5. Ooh, boy. The only number. The wild pitch was a 2.
2 outs,
That is
bases
a lucky
loaded.
hop. It was 1-5 and not 1-4 or 1-6 or something like that. Because, yeah, Guthrie can't pitch to Williams. They're going to go to Holtzman. You pitch for the 77 team? Oh, yeah, you can't have Holtzman. Stan Thomas will have to come in to pitch. And the Ducks got him. Bases loaded again for the Cubs. They can't come through.
No runs, 1 hit, and 3 left on. Bottom of the 10th.
Bottom of the 10th. Shortstop goes to Popovich. Center field goes to Spangler. Catcher goes to Gene Oliver. He'll play catcher. So Holtzman's got to deal with Kingman, who has done nothing. So they are going with Cliff Johnson. Mostly because Cliff Johnson will have to take the intentional walk.
No outs,
Cliff
men on
Johnson will have
first.
to take a walk.
The third
Got
baseman is
Mickey
playing
Rivers,
in.
Roy White's not doing so well, so I think they're going to probably go for White. Rivers. Hit to Santo. Slow grounder. Slow grounder. Get him out. Let's go Johnson. Seconds.
No outs. Men on first and second. The first baseman is
Wade is
playing
going to
in.
be taken out. Taking him out. It will be Lou Piniella, the only good guy up. So Lou Piniella is coming in. Holtzman, might as well try.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
Piniella's going to bunt. Mike sees this, and oh, did he fumble it? No. Second and third with one out. Yeah.
One out. Men on second and third. They've brought the infield
They
in.
got a conundrum. You could walk Munson, but Chambliss is coming up. And Don Notebart is going to come in to pitch. They want Notebart to finish it off. You can't no-hitter or something, but Don Notebart. You could potentially walk Munson, but then you got Chambliss. Yeah, you got to go for it. They're going to potentially walk Munson.
One out. Bases loaded. They've brought the infield in.
They have to take their chances. They have to. Base hit! And the Yankees win! The Yankees win! The Yankees win!
Wins the game in extra innings.
1-0.
Goodbye, everybody.
This is a 1900s game in 1977. Thomas beats Holtzman, Guitry, the MVP. And the Cubs are down love 3. Not the best way to go down 3-0, but at least you go to extra innings. What a game. That's a pitcher's duel. Unlike Toronto, Cleveland. All right, so now let's take a look at the other games. 1920 Cleveland will lose 9-1 badly. Lopat beats Caldwell. Tris Speaker went deep for Cleveland, but Hank Bauer and Gene Woodling for the 53 Yankees. 05 Cardinals against 1941 Brooklyn. It ends up being 6-2 Brooklyn. Hamlin beats Mark Mulder's goalie. Dixie Walker, second home run. 30 Cubs, 1911 Phillies, and it is the Philly team 11-3. Plank takes down Guy Bush. Oldring goes deep. 55 Yankees, are they up 3-0? They sure are, and they will get one of the two games tomorrow. So we will see 55 Yankees, 05 Rangers tomorrow. 10-1 Yankees. Burn beats Dominguez. Berra and Manta go DP2. What can you do? 80 Phillies, are they up 3-0? The answer is yes, they are. And we are going to keep our eyeballs on that one. So 60 Milwaukee versus 80 Philly. That is going to be on Thursday. That will be the opening match tomorrow. Phillies going for the sweep. LeGrand beats Notebart. Didn't know he played for the 60 Braves. Tug McGraw to save. Crandall gives to for Milwaukee. But John Vukovic for the 80 Phillies. 30 Washington, 6-1 in Cleveland. Sam Jones beats Embry. List got the save. West goes to Washington. Probably West Coast. 1908 Cubs, are they up 3-0? They sure are. Shutouts. Fister shuts out Dodd Wilson. The 1908 Cubs, they could face the 1906 squad. Well, that could be problematic because that practically means like you can't have the same guys playing. So the Cubs up 5-0. So Fister beats Wilson. 1912 versus 1908, and it will be Boston winning 3-1. Obedience takes down Liebran, Hall to save, and Hugh Beatty. Obedience is the better way to show that you believe. 93 White Sox will win. No, they lose 6-5. Harris beats Alvarez. Reba the save. Frank Thomas and George Bell go deep for the White Sox, but Pitlack goes deep for the Red Sox, and they avoid the sweep. 79 Royals beat the 2016 Cubs 7-3 at home. Stone beats Hamill. Well, future Cubs broadcaster Steve Stone. Tippy his second save. Fowler and Russell go deep for the Cubs. Bunbury and Ken Singleton for the O-Dogs. 77 Reds will go up 3-0. 13-0. Seaver takes down Colburn. Johnny Bench and Cesar Geronimo score. Yeah, they're up 3-0 in the worst way possible. The 61 Giants lose in LA. Powell beats Marichal. Pedro Guerrero and Socha go deep for the Dodgers, so 61 Giants are in trouble. The others are 1-1, and it's Pittsburgh 8. The 60 Pirates 8-3. Haddix beats Scott Sanderson. Didn't really play for Oakland. Felix Jose with the home run by Bob Skinner. for Pittsburgh. And finally, the 47 Yankees are up 2-1. Bill Bevins, the guy who had the near no hitter in the 47 World Series in real life, beats Bill Stafford. So, what does this mean? It means we have 5 potential sweeps. The 55 Yankees, the 77 Yankees, the 80 Phillies, the 1908 Cubs, and the 1977 Reds all have potential sweeps. All 11 series ends. Yeah, all 11 series and the other 11 series are at 2-1. So we'll see what happens here. So, well, what can you do? So, yeah, we saw some very good games, especially in Toronto. Will Toronto win to go up 3-1? I would love to see that, and hopefully they don't choke this time. So we'll be in Texas and Philly for our 2 games of the day tomorrow. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.